Morning. In this video, I'm just going to talk about the way that you can earn the maximum credit for your discussion assignments. So, to earn discussion assignment full credit, it's a big deal because it's almost worth 10% of your grade. And it's really important that you understand that not only is it worth 10% of your grade, but no late credit is available either. So this means that once the due date is passed for a discussion assignment, you cannot go back and receive credit. You can definitely go back and submit to the discussion, but I'll review it, but it will not be graded. So be sure that when the discussion assignments are posted that you participate and you participate fully. So be sure to read the directions carefully. What do you need to do in this discussion assignment? Do I need to answer in complete sentences? Most likely you do. How many people do I need to respond to? If it asks you to respond to 2 people, be sure to respond to 2 people or 3 people. If you don't, then you won't receive full credit. Be sure that you are thoughtful in your responses. Be sure to answer all the questions in the prompt. Be sure that your responses are well written and avoid slang or texting language. This is English class. So no texting, abbreviations, OMGs, any of that stuff is not the place for the discussion board. Be sure that you post early and you post often, and be sure in your discussion assignments to receive full credit to draw other people into the topic. So that means not just agreeing with or making a comment on someone else's response, but also asking a question, engaging them. You won't receive full credit if you just agree with a one-sentence response. Here is the rubric for the discussion, Jeffco discussion rubric. And this can be found under your resources folder or rubric folder in the course information folder found in the left-hand side in your materials. So I'm just going to be looking over here at the 5 points for each element of a discussion post. The information clearly relates to the main topic and adds new concepts and information. It includes specific supporting details and examples. The resources, it consistently provides resources even when not required. Critical thinking, it enhances the critical thinking process, and it consistently through reflection and questioning of self and others. Again, that's that engaging piece. Participation encourages interaction among members of the online community, has at least 1 original post and 3 to 5 replies to others. Again, it depends on the instructions. Be sure to read the instructions. If you're asked to respond to 3 or 2, be sure that you follow the directions. And the last piece here is professional language. Both professional vocabulary and writing style are used consistently throughout the discussion. Again, it's that no texting language. Remember, you are in an English classroom, so your language needs to reflect that. So here's an example of a discussion question and post. So why do you choose to take language arts online? Have you ever taken a course online before? If so, please explain. So here are the questions. What are your anxieties about class? What are you most excited about? What do you think will differ from a classroom? What do you think will differ from classroom learning? Be sure to use correct spelling and grammar. Please respond to 2 of your classmates in order to receive full credit. So for this response, I decided to take English online for several reasons. First, I'm a professional snowboarder and I need extra time to focus on my sport. Schooling online gives me that flexibility and extra time. I also want to work at my own pace. In school, I was constantly bored. I do, however, have a few anxieties about this class. First, English is not my favorite subject. I don't like reading except if it's about a snowboarding magazine. I'm also worried that I won't know what's going on in class. For example, where will I find all my weekly assignments? Despite my anxieties, I'm excited about spending more time on the mountain and making my own schedule. I can hit the mountain on any powder day I want. There's plenty that I think will be different from classroom learning. First, I won't see my teacher or other students in class every day. I'll only see them during live sessions or on discussion boards. Second, I think it will be more organized than a normal classroom. I'll have the week's assignments all there for me. That's something I never had in a regular classroom. All in all, I'm super excited to get the year started. So going back to the different elements for a discussion assignment to receive full credit for a discussion assignment, all the questions were answered about anxiety, what they're most excited about, and how it's going to be different from a classroom learning experience. All of these topics also had supporting evidence. Not only did they respond in, what are your anxieties about an online classroom, or not only, for example, let's see here. Oh, I also want to work at my own pace. In school, I was constantly bored. I do have a few anxieties about this classroom, So first, we have the English is not the favorite subject. Second, doesn't like reading. And third, worried that they won't know what's going on in class. So that's just one example on how one question was answered very thoroughly. And each of the questions that were answered in that way, with at least 2 or 3 supporting details, facts, or examples. As far as the spelling, grammar, and usage goes, everything is professional and appropriate for the English classroom. Okay, so this is the type of response that is expected if you want for your post to receive full credit for the post. Now you'll notice that you'll also need to respond to at least two classmates in order to receive full credit. So this is the original response up here and 3 responses. So this person, so this would be okay as far as responses go, as far as the numbers go. Now let's put an X. Let's discredit what would not be appropriate as far as a response goes. So we talked about what a good post would look like. What about the responses? OMG, I love snowboarding too! Exclamation point, exclamation point, emoticon, emoticon. Okay, that is wrong on so many levels, right? You're texting, poor grammar, and you're using emoticons, which are just not appropriate in the online setting for a discussion board in English. Instead of using those smiley faces, use words. The second response, what mountain do you snowboard on the most? I think it's awesome that you are so young and so motivated to be a professional athlete. I've never snowboarded before. I only ski, but I'm thinking about trying this season. Do you have any suggestions for me? One of the reasons I'm taking an online class is because I was bored in the classroom. I hope being able to work at my own pace will give me enough time to work and earn money for a car. So this response would receive full credit because not only is it engaging, it asks a question, it reflects on what the original post was, asks questions, and also not only that, but it also identifies with that person. So just like them, I was bored as well. But I hope one of the reasons I'm taking an online class is to earn a car. So those are the ways that you would earn full credit on a response in a discussion. And then the third, snowboarding's totally dumb. I ski. Again, spelling, usage, mechanics, and also inappropriate. You definitely don't want to insult any other peers in class like that. That kind of comment is just not acceptable. Okay? If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. Thanks.